Hi everybody, Stephanie Weeks here and welcome to my channel. I am a loan officer with over 15 years experience helping thousands of clients just like yourself buying and selling and refinancing real estate. And I have been in the top 1% in the nation in my field several years running, and I'm very excited about that because my team works really hard to get us there. Thank you for tuning in today. If you are here to learn about how do I know if I should refinance my mortgage, guess what? You have come to the right place, and I'm happy that you're here. There are so many myths out there. There is so much misconception. There's so much information on Google, it can just be overwhelming. So I want to break it down, make it as simple as possible. And then I'll also give you some links below to some checklists I've created to help with your specific situation and figure out how to crunch numbers to make sure if refinancing makes sense for you. One of the big things that you want to consider when refinancing is, what is your goal with this property? Are you living in it forever? Are you living in it for now and you're going to rent it out later? Are you going to be selling it? What's your plan? Because that has a huge effect of whether or not a refinance makes sense for you. As an example, and we'll get into more detail later, but as an example, if a refinance is going to cost you $4,000 and save you $100 a month, that's a 40-month break-even point. So if you plan to sell your home in 2 to 3 years, that refinance is not for you because you will end up losing money. If that makes sense to you, put me a comment below because I would love to hear your feedback. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell to be notified when I post new videos, and be sure to leave me comments because I really appreciate the engagement and the feedback. I am all about education. What's the next thing you want to consider? You want to look at how long that you have paid into your current mortgage and what's left on that term. So as an example, again, this is case by case, but let's say that you want to have your home paid off whenever you can, right? You don't necessarily want a 30-year mortgage. So you want your home paid off whenever you can, and you are in a 30-year mortgage that you've paid 6 years into. Okay, then we want to look at what's your current rate and how much you paid in so far, as well as what's left, right? Because if you're in a unique situation where maybe you need to extend the term, maybe you need to lower the payment because of what's going on, but maybe you don't. So make sure that you realize that there are many terms to choose from. There's 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30. Yes, 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30. There's not just 15 and 30-year refinances. So you want to keep that in mind and look for your situation. I worked on some numbers for a client this morning, and we were able to get him to save money every single month. We were able to lower his interest rate. And what makes me really happy, because I'm super nerdy like that, and I'm like the only loan officer that gets happy when people pay off their mortgages. Anyway, I went off on a tangent there. But so he had paid into his home for 2.5 years. Well, not only was I able to save him money in interest, not only was I able to save him money on his monthly payment, but he didn't even realize that we could do a 25-year term. So instead of extending out to 30 years when he'd already paid in for 2.5, we were actually able to do a 25-year loan for him and save him tons of money, monthly and over the life of the loan. So how does that sound so far? Make sure you leave some comments below because I'd love to hear what you have to say. Also, another thing that you want to consider is, what are your plans with overall debt reduction? Okay. My philosophy is, if you owe money on anything besides your home, that's what you want to pay off first. And then you want to work on paying off your home once you paid off all your other debt, right? So there are things such as a cash out refinance, which may or may not make sense for you. Nothing is blanket here when it comes to mortgage financing. Nothing. Don't use generalities when it comes to your money. Please. So you might want to consider a cash out refinance. There are lots of different types of refinances. Cash out. There's rate and term. You might want to shorten your term. You might want to extend your term for a reason. Maybe you're trying to remove somebody from the mortgage. Maybe a spouse, an ex-spouse. Maybe a co-signer that you don't want to have on there anymore. Maybe you want to buy somebody out of the property. Maybe you want to cash out to pay off debt. There's a lot of different ways to structure potential refinances. And I'm going to repeat myself and say that everything is case by case by case by case by case. It is not a flat blanket statement that is correct that if you don't save 2% on your rate, you shouldn't refinance. Wrong, wrong, wrong. Okay? It is not an accurate blanket statement to say you should never pay points. Wrong, wrong, wrong. Guess what I'm going to say again? Case by case.